people is forced to leave El Salvador. It's not a choice. A lot of social problems, a lot of corruption. The country kicks you out because there is lack of opportunities, but now it's changing.
Para nosotros los campesinos estaba poniéndonos dura la situación de la vida, ¿verdad? Porque por no tener donde trabajar, porque los censos eran carísimos.
No alcanzamos a sostener a nuestros hijos, ni con alimentación, cuanto en vestuario, darles educación. Entonces, de eso pues, me incorporé a la lucha.
The Civil War was between the FMLN and the government. It was 12 years of assassinations, massacres, and exodus. The war lasted so long, mostly due to the $5 billion the US gave in weapons and training to the El Salvador government. The result? About 100,000 dead, mostly innocent civilians. And 1 million people fled. Some fled to Los Angeles, a gangland filled with drugs and violence. This is where the El Salvador gang started, not in El Salvador.
The federal government has also been cracking down, deporting gang members convicted of crimes. But as ABC's Anderson Cooper reports, the deportations are only exporting the problem.
The deportees, most of whom grew up in Los Angeles, return to a country they barely know. The gang life they learned in the U.S. is the one thing that gives them some status. Sloppy was 12 when he joined LA's 18th Street gang. On returning to El Salvador, he formed a new gang clique with Nasty, a deported drug dealer. Together, they recruited a half dozen young Salvadorans eager to join something hardcore, something American. His name is Little Mousy. He's only 9 years old. But today, he's getting his first tattoo. Welcome to the new El Salvador. The Civil War is long over, but the gang war has just begun.
Good evening, and tonight we take you inside one of the most dangerous countries on earth, a place where criminal gangs control entire neighborhoods. In tiny El Salvador, there's nearly 1 homicide an hour in this country's all-out gang war.
The weapons that are mostly used here by gang members are pickaxes, machetes, and guns. There's death all around us, so we're used to this.
This place is a brisk, efficient processing center for human misery. One technician tells us they see an infinity of death. We meet Ariselda. Her 17-year-old son, Alexis, was killed last night. Just 2 months ago, one of her other sons was murdered by the gangs, at which point she says she applied for asylum in America for her family.
Both political parties kept Salvadorans in danger, poverty, and exodus for nearly 40 years, until a new leader and new political party emerged.
Pasar del país más inseguro del mundo al país más seguro de América Latina no es cualquier cosa. Llevamos más de 36,000 terroristas capturados. Antes las pandillas obligaban a la gente a dejar su hogar. Ahora son ellos los que huyen de su hogar. Durante 30 años, más de 120,000 salvadoreños fueron asesinados por las pandillas. Millones de extorsionados, renteados, heridos, asaltados, amenazados, desplazados y un gran número de secuestrados y de violaciones. Antes la gente no podía abrir negocios, ni visitar a sus seres queridos. No querían muchos mandar a la escuela a sus hijos. El Salvador, que por tantos años fue de las pandillas, al fin es nuestro.
For the first time in decades, people in El Salvador are safe to live a normal life. This is why Bukele has the highest presidential approval rating in the world. But there is another big reason why El Salvador is flourishing.
I want to make cross-border payments free to solve the remittance problem and the financial inclusivity problem. El Salvador is a great example. 20% of the GDP is inbound remittance. However, fees can be upwards to 50%. And I went. It was sad. There just wasn't a lot of hope. And we did something amazing here. We were onboarding 20,000 Salvadorans a day, and most of them didn't have bank accounts. The remittance was free. Remittance was instant. In real time, we were improving the GDP of the country.
Bitcoin washed onto the shores of El Zonte in 2019 with Mike Peterson. Everything changed. People started saving for the first time.
Si lo recibo en cash, en mis manos, se gasta rápido. En cambio, si lo recibo en Bitcoin, puedo sacar lo que necesito y dejo aguardado un poco.
Accepting digital payments for the first time.
Semita, and we're gonna pay with Bitcoin.
Okay.
It's $1. Done.
Paying bills digitally for the first time.
Cuando necesito pagar mi recibo, le tomo una foto, pongo el usuario, que es, qué sé yo, y lo envío, y ahí ya lo tengo pagado.
Ya está. How long, more or less, would it take you in the past?
Tendría que, en lo que voy en el bus, posiblemente una hora, tal vez una hora de espera en el puerto, tal vez unas 3 horas para poderlo pagar.
And now it's just, boom, instant in your phone.
Sí.
And when sending money back home, Salvadorans were paying $400 million a year to companies like Western Union. Bitcoin allows them to send money back home for free, so every dollar can go directly to their families. El Zonte showed the world how quickly one community can change using Bitcoin. President Bukele noticed the change too, and on September 7th, 2021, made El Salvador the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. This made millions of people aware of El Salvador for the first time. As a result, in 2021, the country received $600 million more in tourism than they projected. Today, tourism and investment continue to pour in, and it's giving hope to millions of Salvadorans.
We grew up thinking that El Salvador has nothing to offer. And that's made me think, what can I do to my country to improve my people? My goal would be to attract foreign people because you have the money. If you bring money, we can share that money. Put more money into the economy and to hire people and to make changes in my neighborhood, in my community. That's why I decided to create a hotel, because it's the only way I can show the beauty of my country, show how our people is. But it was tough at the very beginning because El Salvador still has bad reputation. So we have to face and deal with this, with the media, but now it's changing. It's changing. The word of mouth, many people like you have come and you spread the word and say, look, I discovered El Salvador, how amazing it is, how the people it is. And you spread the word. That's what I wanted, always dreamed of. People talk good things about us, not just the bad things.
The people of El Salvador have hope for the first time in a long time. Be a part of the change. Visit El Salvador and contribute to their flourishing.
Another day comes to a close. El Zonte, Bitcoin Beach. It's a magnificent display of nature. Nature always finds a way. These turtles know which way the ocean is going. And bravely, they paddle into the surf. They don't try to escape the surf. They paddle into the surf, into the waves. The courageous here in El Salvador are doing just that because it's their nature as it is everyone's nature. And once we understand that, we're all going to be happy little turtles. It all came together. And now he is who he is. Mike, the legendary Bitcoin shooter.
Thank you. Thank you for watching my film. I sourced material, interviewed, filmed, edited, financed, and distributed it myself. It wasn't easy juggling this film with my regular job, so if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, then I need your help. You can help me by sharing your time, talent, or treasure. Take the time to like, follow, subscribe, and share the film with everyone you can. If you have a talent or a platform, use it to promote the film. Or donate some of your treasure so I can spend less time working and more time making films. Visit bitcoinshooter.com to learn more about me, see more of my work, and to donate to my filmmaking. I really appreciate your time and attention. Visit El Salvador.